PC, connect the cable. This will happen because it's an old PC without a battery, so we should turn it off first. And then wait a few seconds and then turn it back on. Okay, wait for it to boot up. And then you need to choose Windows 7. And you have to use the arrow button.
Okay.
Windows 7. Enter. And then Windows 7 again. Enter. Start Windows normally. Okay, so now the PC is on. Now we should turn on the LI-7500. Turn it on. Okay, the datalogger looks like it's booting up. When it's stabilized, once we see a blinking light here, that's logging. Here. When we see that it's blinking, it means it is fully turned on. Now go back to the PC and then choose one of these applications. We choose this one. Yes, it's green, so we can connect through the network cable. Right, now we see the interface. Today we're going to span 0 and span 1 and 2 for CO2. And we'll start with 0. What we want to monitor is the CO2 concentration here. So if you feed in 400 ppm, then it should be 400 ppm CO2 instead of 500. And if we give 1000, then it should be 1002 here. So let's connect the regulator and the flow meter to the tanks. Okay, we need to make sure that this is turned off first.
Already off.
You can see from here if it's to close it to the clockwise and to open it's anti-clockwise. So it's already closed. Okay, proceed with adding the regulator. Tighten it with a spanner. Now the dial should read 00 because we haven't released the gas yet. Open it. (2000 psi), and then with this closed, we can release, and you see the dial increase. Okay, and you shouldn't see any flow here because we turned this off. So if we release this, you will see some flow, and you can feel it below here. Connect this. Change the flow to 1 liters per minute. Okay, somewhere in between 1 and 2 is still fine. Go to diagnostics. Check this value. It should be about 90, close to 99. So now it's at 98. So if it's at 90, less than 98, then maybe there's some blocking going on here, which means that we have to adjust the arrangement of the sleeve. So So after arranging the sleeve, then we get about 99.1 signal strength. So after changing the regulator and the flow control, we get a better flow of nitrogen, which makes the gas flow reach almost zero CO2 concentration or CO2 mole ratio. So now we should wait about 10 minutes for it to stabilize to get a constant value of CO2 concentration before we zero it. So we have already waited 10 minutes and it stabilized down to 1.07. Looks pretty stable. I changed the time too so that when we span then or we zero, then it records the right time. So I think now we are ready to zero it. So we go to calibration. Also take note of this. That means the rate of change is low. There are not much fluctuations going on, so that's why it's green. And now I think we can zero CO2. So yes, done, zero. So you see the concentration became like close to zero because we zeroed it, and it zeroed at March 27, 2025. Take note of this. See, it's already close to zero anyway.
Yeah. Press that.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
At this put 12. If you look at the temperature here, it's at 13. So if I span it, it should change to 12. Spanning now. There. So now we want to change the dew point temperature to 21, the second span, so we change to 50%. Then we move this to move the temperature quicker. Of course, tuner. Oops. Okay, nice. Right. Temperature set. Now we'll wait for the actual temperature to increase. So now it has been 5 minutes and then we are spanning it the second time. The DH2O, DT is stable. We set it at 21 degrees Celsius. The value measured is 20.64. We are spanning it to 21. Clicking on the span button. Yes. Now it's 21. Yes, this is accurate. 21. Span 1, also accurate at 12, and 0. This is not a correct date because we didn't change the date before. So this should be 2025, 11 March 2025. So now we can turn this off. We can leave it as it is for temperature. This is 21. I turn off the air pump, and then I turn off the cooler. And I guess I can turn off the power. I should also close the flow meter. Sorry, clockwise. Okay. And remove this.
full close. You actually not can wait for it to come down by itself. Now it's
Yeah,
like purging also.
Yeah.
It's like also purging. See, like now it's coming down. So you can, if you want it faster, you can play with the. If you want it to come down faster, it's coming down faster.
Yeah.
So it's like a purge. Yeah. Okay. So now it's close that one. Yes. Is it 0?
Yeah.
Turn this down to decrease. Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
Yes. See anything like this?
Okay.
It is
it's
already
fine.
fine. 0, 0, close.
I think this.
This one you hold like that. Once
Okay.
you take a 2 turn, you push this inside a little bit. Go this way. Push it.
Uh-huh.
Then take out. So always after doing, look at the whole ring.
Yeah. It's
If
in the
it's not cracked,
Yeah.
if it's all in good form, then it's not going to leak. This, you push this in first, and this slowly. Same thing on this. This is 0. This is close. Okay. Yeah. 2000. A bit more. Then same thing. 50. Purging maybe we can go a bit
Bit
more.
higher, yeah.
Bit higher.
Yeah.
Let it purge. About 1 minute or so, I think.
We should get about 400 here. We should again wait 10 minutes to stabilize the flow. We have waited 10 minutes and the concentration has stabilized at 385, close to 400 but not exactly 400. We click on this, click on calibration, and then we go to span 1. So we are spanning it at 400 ppm. And then we span it. Yes. Yeah. So now it's about 400. Now we will proceed with the second span at 1000 ppm. So now we have set the tank, tube to the tank of 1000 ppm CO2 and we see the concentration about 1002. So we'll wait 10 minutes for it to stabilize. Now we've waited 10 minutes and it's about 961 ppm. It should be 1000. So click on this, go to calibration, go to the second span. Okay, we see the rate here for CO2 is stable, so it's okay. And we can span it at 1000 ppm. Okay, so now it's close to 1000. And we close this. And we're done. After we're done, we can disconnect and then exit, and we can close the flow and release the gas. Make this loose, right?
Yeah.
We can disconnect the tube, go back. Then we can disconnect this. turn off this. Turn that power off. And we should turn off the laptop first. Well, okay. We should remove this for packing. Okay, we can put it inside. I think this is for this. We remove from the bottom, push it out.